In those times, he became a Zhuangyuan, the top-ranked scholar in the imperial examinations. His success granted him not only prestige, but also the hand of a beautiful and noble woman, Yin Wenjiao, the daughter of the powerful prime minister, Yin Kaishan. Their union was a match made in heaven, and they were blessed with a son, whom they named Chen Xuanzang. However, their happiness was short-lived. On their way to Chen's first appointment as the governor of Jiangzhou, tragedy struck. A band of river pirates, led by Liu Hong and Li Biao, attacked them. Chen was murdered, and Yin Wenjiao was taken captive. The pirates, disguised as Chen, assumed his position, and for the next few years, they ruled over Jiangzhou in his stead. Yin Wenjiao, carrying the heavy burden of her secret, gave birth to her son in captivity. Fearing for the child's life, she placed him in a small wooden crate and set him adrift on the river, entrusting him to the mercy of the waters. The river carried the infant to the feet of the Jinshan temple, where the abbot, Fa Ming, found and rescued him. The abbot named the child Jiang Liuer, and when he grew older, he took the monastic name Xuanzang. Xuanzang grew up in the monastery, studying the sutras and practicing the ways of Buddhism. He was a diligent and bright student, and as he grew, he began to stand out among the other monks for his wisdom and piety. When Xuanzang turned 18, Fa Ming revealed his true identity to him, including the tragic fate of his parents and the injustice that had befallen his family. Armed with this knowledge, Xuanzang set out on a quest to avenge his parents and restore their honor. He traveled to Jiangzhou, where he was reunited with his mother, who had managed to survive the ordeal. With her help, Xuanzang contacted his maternal grandfather, Yin Kaishan, who then brought the matter before Emperor Li Shimin of Tang. The emperor, moved by the young monk's plight, dispatched an army to Jiangzhou. The forces, led by Yin Kaishan, captured and executed the pirates, avenging the death of Chen Guangrui and restoring the family's honor. However, the story of Xuanzang's origins does not end there. After the successful resolution of his family's tragedy, Xuanzang returned to the monastery to continue his studies. His reputation for wisdom and holiness had reached the ears of the Bodhisattva Guanyin, who was searching for a worthy candidate to undertake a perilous journey to the west to retrieve the sacred Buddhist scriptures. Guanyin, disguised as a beggar, appeared before Emperor Li Shimin during the Water and Land Great Dharma Assembly, an event organized to honor the deceased. She presented Xuanzang with a golden robe and a staff, signifying his selection for the quest. The emperor, recognizing Xuanzang's virtue and the divine will, bestowed upon him the title Tang Sanzang, binding him to the mission of retrieving the sutras. Thus, Xuanzang embarked on the legendary journey to the west, accompanied by 3 disciples, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, Zhu Baji, the Pig Demon, and Sha Wujing, the Sand Monk. Together, they faced 81 trials and tribulations, each one testing their faith, courage, and resolve. Throughout his journey, Xuanzang's past continued to influence his character and decisions. His tragic origins instilled in him a deep sense of compassion and a strong desire to alleviate the suffering of others. He carried the weight of his family's history, using it as a source of strength and determination in the face of adversity. As the story unfolds, Xuanzang's journey becomes a metaphor for the human soul's quest for enlightenment and understanding. His origins, marked by violence and loss, are transformed into a story of redemption and spiritual growth. Xuanzang's character evolves from a passive observer of fate to an active participant in his own destiny, embodying the Buddhist ideals of selflessness, perseverance, and wisdom. In the end, Xuanzang's journey is not just about obtaining the scriptures. It is about his personal transformation and the realization of his true potential. His origins, once a source of pain and suffering, become the foundation for his spiritual awakening and the fulfillment of his destiny. The story of Tang Sanzang's origins is a tale of tragedy, redemption, and the power of faith. It is a story that has captivated the hearts and minds of readers for centuries, serving as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for redemption and enlightenment. In the golden era of the Tang dynasty, the Emperor Taizong, also known as Li Shimin, ruled with a wise and just hand. The empire was at peace, and the people prospered. Yet, the emperor was deeply concerned about the spiritual well-being of his subjects. The teachings of Buddha were not fully understood, and the sacred texts were either incomplete or lost. Filled with the desire to enlighten his people, Emperor Taizong sought a way to bring the true wisdom of Buddhism to his empire. One day, as the emperor pondered this matter, the Bodhisattva Guanyin, in the guise of an aged monk, appeared before him. She spoke of the great repository of Buddhist scriptures in the distant land of India, the birthplace of Buddha himself. She told the emperor of a collection of sacred texts that could bring enlightenment and peace to the Tang dynasty. Intrigued and inspired, Emperor Taizong decided to send an envoy to retrieve these precious teachings. The task was monumental. The journey to India was fraught with perils. It would require a person of exceptional virtue, wisdom, and determination. After much consideration, the emperor's attention turned to a young monk named Xuanzang, who was known for his piety and scholarship. Xuanzang was a man of deep faith, having spent his formative years in the monastery, studying the sutras and practicing meditation. He was a beacon of compassion and had a heart filled with the desire to alleviate the suffering of all beings. Emperor Taizong summoned Xuanzang to the imperial court and shared with him the divine revelation and the mission to retrieve the sacred Buddhist scriptures. Xuanzang, recognizing the great honor and the immense responsibility, accepted the task without hesitation. He understood that this journey was not only a quest for knowledge, but also a pilgrimage of the soul, a journey that would test his faith and determination. Before departing, the emperor held a grand ceremony to bless Xuanzang's journey. He bestowed upon him the title Tang Sanzang, symbolizing his role as the emperor's personal envoy. The emperor also gifted Xuanzang a sacred cassock and a purple-gold alms bowl, items that would serve as symbols of his mission and the emperor's support. With these treasures, Xuanzang set out on his perilous journey, accompanied by a small retinue of guards and assistants. The journey west was treacherous, taking Xuanzang through vast deserts, over high mountains, and across raging rivers. They faced bandits, wild animals, and the harsh elements. Despite these challenges, Xuanzang's resolve never wavered. His faith in Buddha and the teachings he sought to obtain gave him the strength to press on. As Xuanzang traveled, he encountered many who sought to turn him from his path. There were those who did not believe in his mission and sought to dissuade him, but Xuanzang's determination was unshaken. He knew that the success of his journey was essential not only for the enlightenment of the Tang people, but also for the spiritual growth of all humanity. One day, as Xuanzang and his companions crossed a particularly dangerous stretch of wilderness, they were set upon by a group of bandits. The bandits, seeing the monk's fine robes and the emperor's gifts, demanded that he hand over his possessions. Xuanzang, however, remained calm and spoke to the bandits with wisdom and compassion. He told them of the importance of his mission and the potential benefits that the Buddhist teachings could bring to all. Moved by Xuanzang's words, the bandits were transformed. They abandoned their life of crime and became Xuanzang's disciples, vowing to protect him on his journey. This event marked a turning point in Xuanzang's travels, as it demonstrated the power of his mission and the impact that the Buddhist teachings could have on even the most hardened of hearts. As Xuanzang continued his journey, he was joined by three extraordinary companions: Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, Zhu Bajie, the Pig Demon, and Sha Wujing, the Sand Monk. Each of these disciples had been punished by the heavenly gods and were seeking redemption. They pledged to protect Xuanzang and assist him in his quest for the scriptures, and in doing so, they would earn their own path to redemption. Together, the group faced countless trials and tribulations. They battled demons, navigated treacherous terrain, and overcame seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Through it all, Xuanzang's faith and wisdom were a beacon, guiding them forward and keeping their spirits strong. After many years of travel, Xuanzang and his companions finally reached the Holy Land of India. There, Xuanzang was able to study under the great Buddhist masters and obtain the sacred texts he had been sent to find. With these precious teachings in hand, Xuanzang began his journey back to the Tang dynasty, eager to share the wisdom he had gained with his emperor and his people. Upon his return, Xuanzang was greeted as a hero. Emperor Taizong, impressed by the monk's dedication and the importance of the scriptures he had retrieved, held a grand ceremony to honor Xuanzang's achievements. The emperor himself listened to Xuanzang's accounts of his journey and the teachings he had learned, and the impact of these stories would shape the spiritual landscape of the Tang dynasty for generations to come. Xuanzang's journey to the west was not just a physical voyage, but a spiritual odyssey, one that would forever change the course of Chinese history and Buddhism. His dedication to his mission, his unwavering faith, and his ability to inspire and transform those around him are the stuff of legends, and his story continues to inspire seekers of wisdom and enlightenment to this day.